Hello, welcome to another episode of Everyday Amazing with Sky Alton. Today I have a very special, amazing guest. She's from my hometown. I have Miss Elise Hollywood Evans in the building. Stay tuned, we're gonna get into it.
Everyday Amazing with Sky Alton. Everyday Amazing. Everyday Amazing with Sky Alton. Everyday Amazing. Everyday Amazing with Sky Alton.
Miss Elise Hollywood Evans, how are you doing?
Ooh, when I saw your intro, man, I saw you moving. I wanted to get up there and start grooving. I like your intro, Mr. Amazing.
Thank you. That's what I was going for. You know, I want people to see my intro, and I want them to get into the groove, you know.
Well, you know, I'm into it. I came ready. You see these glasses? I came ready. I had to tune into my inner Bootsy and my inner her and my inner diva. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be with Mr. Amazing today. So the only thing I can't do is just be amazing.
And I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the whole, glasses. I love the end of story.
Oh, thank you.
But let's get into it. So tell me a little bit about Forever Joygirl.
Okay, well, let me take off my glasses for that, Forever Joygirl, oh my God. So I live the forever joy life. Share joy, inspire others, and unite humanity through curiosity, conversation, and community building. And that's what we're doing, and that's living the forever joy life, because we won't be here forever. So while you're here, be everyday amazing with Sky Alton.
I like that. So tell me a little bit about how you got started, just with like your hosting. We're gonna take a step by step. So first talk about like your hosting.
Okay. I have to go way, way back when I was younger, right? I'm from San Francisco. My father is a jazz musician. He helped put the Fillmore District on the map, and my mother, they're both from back east, and my mother's from New York, and she would always give fashion shows, and she worked for Macy's, so I was modeling at 3 for Macy's growing up. And so because my dad was a musician, I was always out there, pushed out there, and then they're friends. My mother used to love to hang out and entertain, and I got a chance to meet people like Lou Rawls. Sammy Davis Jr. was her friend.
Wow.
When the Wiz first came out, some of the members from the Wiz stayed at our house. I got a chance to meet Ren Woods and Stephanie Mills. So growing up, like I've always been out there. I was forced to be out there, especially since my mother was so involved in the community, and so and always going to like community events and then even hosting community events. So when I was young, I was just kind of pushed into it.
Right. So there was never a question of were you going to do it or not? It was something that from birth, it was just a part of your life. So you already knew this was something I was going to do.
This is what we did, in the house. Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was no way of getting around it.
You said your father played an instrument. Which instrument?
Well, he played the flute, the sax, the trumpet.
Okay.
He even got an opportunity to play with Miles Davis, Dave Brubeck, just a lot of people. Sonny Smith was his friend, the one who did Mojo. I know you're way too young for this, but I got my mojo working, baby. So, yeah, Rugulator, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
So what about you, music-wise? Did you play any instruments, just being around that?
Oh my God, I wish I would have learned how to play piano or something. No, I didn't, but however, I'm in a band, y'all. I'm one of the funkiest bands in the Yay area.
Oh, okay, tell me about that.
Well, I'm in a band called, it's a long name, Two Funky Shoes with New Souls, and I'm one of the new souls, and so we are a funk band, R&B, and we were just at the Torch Club here in Sacramento. Last Saturday, we'll be at the Torch in July. We're participating in your Juneteenth out here. We're opening up a Club Nouveau out here, and we're going to do the Berkeley Juneteenth Festival and the North Beach Festival in San Francisco. I don't know. I have to look at my calendar, but literally, like every weekend, I'm on stage somewhere.
All right, you moving the groove. So for someone who didn't play the piano or didn't play an instrument, your band it sounds like it's booked up.
It's fire.
Yeah, you're all over the place.
Yeah, and this Saturday we will be at Tupelo in San Francisco.
Okay.
Man, get there early because the line will be around the corner because we have a huge following. And most of our following, they're like 20-something, 30-something year olds, but
Okay.
they love us. So, and we love them.
Now, what type of music would you say to someone who hasn't heard you guys before? What type of music would you say it is?
Well, everyday amazing, but it's funk,
Okay.
funk R&B. Like you're young. Have you heard of Bootsy Collins?
I have not. I can't say I
Okay,
have.
so where's the camera? Camera? No, we're gonna educate everybody out there. Look, have you heard of George Clinton?
George Clinton, I have heard
Okay,
of.
these are the founders of funk. You heard of James Brown, you heard of Prince, right? Okay, so I've had the opportunity to hang out with people who actually play with them. So, and I actually got an opportunity to play with the B girls, Bootsy girls. So look up Bootsy. Bootsy was playing with James Brown at 17 years old, 13 maybe, or whatever. So they are the founders of funk. They are on the one. And so everybody, when you hear all these rappers out here, they are sampling George Clinton and Bootsy, the Gap Band, like all those funk, Cameo, Confunction, Lakeside, and I've had a lot of these people on my show too. But I'm just saying, so all these samples that you hear from these rappers, no, the founders of funk did this. And so I come from the funk.
And you keeping that funk alive too.
We keep the funk alive to educate these young people about where your music really came from.
That's important. Because like I said, I didn't even know some of the stuff that you just educated me on. So
Yeah.
with the work that you're doing in your band, it's, I'm glad that you guys are out there, spreading the word. But
Yeah.
you mentioned something right now that I kind of want to talk about, your show. Tell me a little bit about how that got started.
Okay, well, I had a YouTube show, and I'm gonna restart the YouTube show. But I've actually had Angie Stone on my show, Lakeside, Confunction, the Shy Lights. I know Shy Lights is before your time. However, even Beyonce and Jay-Z have sampled the Shy Lights, right? Just all kinds of people. In Vogue, have you heard of them?
I've heard of In Vogue.
Okay, so I'm also a celebrity stylist, and I work with Maxine Jones from In Vogue. I've styled her before. So, I'm always around celebrities. I've had the Tonys, I've worked with Dwayne Wiggins before, so I've been blessed, hanging with Mr. Cooper, meaning Mark Curry. I was around when he started. I worked for Paul Mooney, the godfather of comedy. If you don't know who he is, he wrote for Richard Pryor, Sandra Bernhard. He put Robin Williams on the map. He created Homie the Clown. I've had the opportunity to work with some of the greatest people in the industry. They leave their sweat on the stage, and that is what I do, and that's how I live every single day of my life. So when I'm out there performing, I leave my sweat on the stage like James Brown, like Prince. We don't play with it. And all the people that I hang out with, they're not playing with it either. You better know your stuff. You better know your lines, your lyrics, your music. You better be on the one.
No, you're absolutely right though.
Yeah.
No, so with something you just said that just stood out to me. You've been around all these icons, right? And you've done a lot of different things, right? From styling to funk music, and I understand you do some acting,
Yes.
right? Now, out of all these different entertainment avenues, what's the one you enjoy most, and why?
Exactly what you're doing. Hosting, interviewing people. First of all, I love being on stage. It's orgasmic to me. I feel like I was born to do it. And I love meeting people. And I love surrounding myself around with people who I feel who are way more talented than I could just ever be. Just cause so that goodness can rub off on me. That everyday amazingness can rub off on me. You know what I mean? And so I love, like you, to sit down and talk to people. Like I said, I had Angie Stone on my show. I love her, the Black Diamond. And I interview, chefs, entrepreneurs, politicians. I've done this all over. I mean, in New York, everywhere I go, I pull out my camera and I interview everybody.
So hearing you say that, first of all, I am, because of the work that you have done and do, I'm a byproduct of that, right? Like you've done it before me, and you're still doing it now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so as someone, you know, a little younger, I'm trying to imitate people like yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to continue to keep that trend going, and similar to what you just said, I enjoy that also, you know,
Yes.
just the interacting with new people, hearing, you know, different walks of life, and just really meeting people who are passionate about what they do,
Yes.
right? So I really feel you when you say that, when you say like that's, you know, the most enjoyable thing out of all the entertainment avenues, right? Now, what would you say is one of the most important traits someone needs to have to do this type of job?
I would say confidence and your willingness to learn. You know what I mean? Be open. You can learn from animals. You can learn from ants. You can learn from the trees, the bees, the birds, the air. People, be open to listen and learn and give back to society. Give back that goodness. Give back that everyday amazingness, you know? Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like
man.
that. So, okay, tell me a little bit about your art now, because I know that I understand like you got your own line, you know, you do some fashion. So tell me a little bit about that.
Well, all of my life I've been an artist. So let me tell you how I got started in art. So I grew up in San Francisco, and I was a product of now I'm dating myself, but I was a product of busing. I'm the first group of kids to get bused from the hood, the ghetto, right, to they call the avenues in San Francisco, where the white children and Asian children went to school. So I guess it was called integration. And so I felt like a lot of Asian kids could draw, because they were my friends and all of my friends could draw. So I'm like, oh my God, what else can I do? So I'm like, okay, I may not be able to draw, but I can take this leaf and this rock and this rug and whatever, and I can cut it up and I can make something out of it, make it magnificent. So I don't necessarily have to draw. So I do assemblage art. And so that's how I got started with my art. And also, I used to like to make paper dolls. So when I was growing up, paper dolls didn't look like me. They looked like, well, they weren't black. Just like the dolls growing up for me, they weren't black then, right? So I used to draw, like I'll show you my art in a minute, like my own paper dolls. And I'd make them brown and black to look like me, because we were beautiful. Black is beautiful, you know.
Absolutely,
but we were
all the
coming
time.
out of I was born in the 60s. I look good and I could still drop it like it's hot. Thank you very much. So in the 70s, you know, Ngawa, Black Power, you know, black is beautiful. I grew up in that era with the big afros, with the Panthers, you know.
Hey, come on now.
Come on now. See,
Come on now.
You know, I'm loving your
Come
my
on
brother.
now,
Yeah,
we
you
getting
got
close
it.
to Juneteenth.
That's right. Hey, you know, I love my blackness. So I started drawing to make the art represent black culture, something to me that was beautiful that wasn't represented. And so I learned by hanging out with my Asian friends, because I thought that they could really draw, and I'm trying to draw like with them, you know. And so that's how that came about. And then that's how the art came about, because I didn't see art that looked like me, especially the paper dolls that looked like me. And other beautiful black girls that I grew up around. Yeah, so.
That's how I know you're creative and you're artist, because similar to you, that's how I got my start. I didn't see a lot of people who look like me who had their own show, let alone late night show.
Yes.
So you know what I said? I said, hey, listen, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yes.
I'm gonna create something coming out of SAC, and we gonna make it amazing.
That's right.
Right, and here we are.
Amen.
You know, but before we get more into, you know, your art, we're gonna take a quick PSA break, and then we'll be right back after this messages.
Everyday amazing with Sky Alton.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the
Oh,
waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
Everyday amazing with Sky Alton.
Still here with Elise Hollywood Evans. And now, before we talk about the art, I want you to talk about these photos that you brought, and I want you to tell me a little bit about them and you know, what we're seeing. So we're gonna show the first photo right now, and I want you to tell me about
Oh, okay, wow, that was a long time ago, maybe 10 years ago. Dwayne Wiggins of Tony, Tony, Tony.
Okay.
And one thing I love about Dwayne Wiggins, grassroots all the way. He goes back into the community, he gives back, and he's been on my show several times. And as a matter of fact, I ran into wow, Dwayne, I was watching Facebook, right? And my friend went to Christopher Williams. I don't know if you heard of Christopher Williams, but Christopher Williams was in New Jack City,
Okay.
right? Okay.
No,
So
New
he had a
Jack City.
concert, yeah, at Yoshi's. And so my friend went live, and I ran down to Yoshi's because I was watching it on the phone. I got down there, and then these people were standing outside, and he was like, "What's up, Elise?" And I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "Elise, this is Dwayne." I was like, "Oh no, dude, you got a beard." He was like, "Yeah, I just came back from Ghana." And I was like, "What's up?" And he was like, I said, "I got to go see Chris." And Carolyn Griffey was out there. She's with Shalimar now. I don't know if you heard of Shalimar second time around. Anyway, she took Jody Watley's place, and I ran in there to go meet Christopher Williams. But so it was like classic Dwayne Wiggins, Christopher Williams, Carolyn Jaffe, and all the people. I mean Griffey, but all the people that that came down to see Christopher Williams. It was like classic. So I love me some Dwayne Wiggins for real. Yeah, and the Tonys are back together. Raphael Sadiq is back with him. So, Marshall Thompson of the Shy Lights. Oh my, that's Uncle Marshall. That's my godfather. He told me, you know what? Anywhere and everywhere the Shy Lights perform, you are welcome. Oh, he is the father of, I forgot what you call it, crooners.
Crooners, okay.
Yeah, because they could really sing. There was no auto-tunes back then. You had to sing it, and a lot of times they could knock it out in one take. That's when you bad.
That is when you don't see too much of that these days.
Okay, thank you very much. Oh my God, yeah, okay. Wow, I work with Mel Peters, celebrity photographer. He did my makeup on that, and another celebrity photographer who took the photograph was Michael Kendrick. I don't know, I was on some island somewhere when we did that.
Looking fire.
Thank you. And that outfit is a designer, one of a kind. Oh my God, did you not? Hey, say my name. My Forever Joy Girls. Oh my God. So let me tell you really quick how I got into the dolls. Okay, when I was about 3 years old, I went to Malcolm X school before they burned the school down. And so one day, I had a doll in my lunch bag, and I was like 3 or 4, and this doll came from Mrs. Flynn. We love Mrs. Flynn, and in my neighborhood, it was mostly black, but every now and then we had hippies, and Mrs. Flynn was a hippie and dressed like one, so she gave me a white doll. And we were happy to see Mrs. Flynn because she would give us toys, but it was a white doll, and I took my white doll to school, to Malcolm X school. And my teacher said to me, you need to play with dolls that look like you, that represent you, and represent you. She said to me, "Do you know?" I remember her getting on her knees saying, "You should have your own doll. Imagine what your own doll would look like." Now, remember, I grew up in an era where there were no black dolls on commercials. They had dolls, but you had to go to the store to find the black version of that doll. And so then all my life, I was like, "Oh my God." I started collecting black dolls, right? So I have over 300 black dolls in my collection, right? And so when she said to me, that resonated with me, "You should have your own doll, your own doll, your own doll." So as I got into drawing more and graphic design, I said, you know what? I'm gonna come out with Forever Joy Girl. She's about love and sharing joy, and like you, about being amazing and uplifting people. So I pray to the universe out there, if you hear me, please bless me with getting Forever Joy Girl in the stores like Barbie, so I could be a blessing to someone else, because Forever Joy Girl is going to feed 7 generations out.
We got to manifest that, all right?
Yeah,
it's
going to happen.
You heard it here on the show. She's putting that out there, So.
Yeah. All right. Then my band, Two Funky Shoes with New Souls. Two Funky Shoes with New Souls. Man, funk. R&B. I've worked with some amazing musicians, and they are about it. They're not playing, so when we get out there, and I'm the hype woman. I sing backup. That's Two Funky Shoes with New Souls right there. The lead singer, Tambora, she's got the hat on. She's also a chef. And all of us within the group, we all draw, we sing, we do multiple things.
Right, multiple talents.
Yeah, I do the graphic designs, because I taught graphic design.
Okay.
Yeah, back in the day. I worked at UC Berkeley for 30 years.
Wow.
As a graphic designer. So if you saw Cal hats, Cal shirts, if you read the Cal catalog or whatever, That's how I
you.
got into it. And that's why I know how to look, design my own stuff.
Yeah,
Because,
okay, yeah, let's show
let
that.
me
Yeah.
tell you, I wear it myself. Let me tell if you can wear any other brand out there, I wear Forever Joygirl because I celebrate me. And I say to everyone, people out there, celebrate yourself and don't be afraid to wear yourself. Because I got pushback when I started wearing myself. I'm like, well, wait a minute, Prince does it. He has a t-shirt. I see other people go to concerts and buy concert t-shirts. I love me some Janet Jackson, you know.
Hold on, who pushed back about you wearing
Oh
yourself?
my God, should I even say this? I don't even know who this was, but Angie Stone performed, right? And this is like after she went on my show. Again, Dwayne Wiggins was backstage, Keisha Cole, just all kinds of people were backstage, and I had my bag with me, and I was backstage just talking to everyone, and I went into this little small room, and I was like, oh, hello, Forever Beautiful Queens. I'm Elise Hollywood Evans. And so there was a young lady sitting in a chair, and you know, when you walk up to someone, my bag was like in her periphery, not in her face, but you could see it. And then she said, oh no, not this SHIT. And then she turned her butt in the chair. I never had that happen to me before. Then, I mean, I have been places where, I was at this concert. I won't say who said this, but to me, but I was with old school, Evelyn Champagne King, the Daz Band, Brick, oh my God, Tom Brown. Okay, so all these people, George Clinton, we were backstage. So there's somebody that's performing. I love her to death, so I won't say anything because I love her music. So I was wearing me, and George Clinton said, oh, babe, take a picture of her. Because I was wearing myself from head to toe. And this woman said, ooh, why would somebody want to wear you? And I was like, well, wait a minute. I didn't even ask you to wear me. How about that? I'm wearing myself. I didn't ask you to wear me, but I've gotten pushback from that.
You heard it here. Don't ever stop wearing yourself. As a matter of fact, because you're wearing yourself, you made me want to wear myself.
That's what I'm
Don't be surprised if the next episode you see me with just my shirt, you know, with my face on it. You know, I think it's an amazing idea.
How about you? That's a bad blazer that you wear. How about your face on the back of your blazer?
Or just a whole bunch of my mini faces,
Just
all over.
However you want to do it. I'm a fashion designer, baby. I could hook you up. You could have your own line tomorrow.
Hey, come on, you know, we're gonna get that started. We're gonna talk after the show. We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
But you know, so we talk about your art and everything. But I want to talk about your films.
Yes.
And the movie roles that you've been getting. So tell me first of all how your first role, how you felt about it, and then we'll continue from there.
Okay, so I think in 2012, a friend of mine said, oh, my friend is making a movie. You should call her to be in it. I think you could fit. You're a good fit. And I was like, I've never made a movie before. And then I was like, I don't know what to do. Oh, look at Mama Don't Take No Mess. But that's not the movie. But we're going to get into that one because that one is coming up. Oh, my God. So so I met this lady named Sandra Smith, and she's an local award-winning film director. And so I was in a movie called 3 Men and a Laptop, and I played Lynn, a man-hustling agent. And so the personality was kind of like mine, but she's just way over the top. So what I did was to prepare for the role. After I accepted the role, because I was like, I don't know if I could do this. I was like, yeah, you can do it. I would walk.
Joy.
Joy. I'd walk around Lake Merritt, and I'd go, ooh, I am so amazing. Oh, I'm so fine. Oh, I'm everything. Oh, I'm so full of myself. Oh yeah, I got this role. And then, you know, that's how we did that. And we did 3 Men and a Laptop Part 2. So, but I do want to say how I learned my lines. At that time, my mother was ill. And I would go sit with her in the hospital and read my lines to her, you know, and that's how I learned my lines. Because I would just sit, you know, every day after work, I go sit with my mom at the hospital and just read the lines, and that would just keep my mother alive. And I'll never forget one day, 3 Men and a Laptop. I think we were, I think she had a special showing on YouTube once, or some channel once, and my mother was watching it, and then her phone rang, and my mother hardly ever got out of the bed at that point because she was really ill before she made her transition. And I came over to her spot, and she was up, and then she says, yeah, here she comes now. And I was like, what? She says, my movie star. I said, Mom, I'm not a star. I just was in a movie. She said, did you star in the movie? I said, yes. She said, you are my movie star. Anyway,
my
daughter,
logic.
my daughter, she said 3 Men and a Laptop, you know.
Right.
And then so I did that. And then later on, I had the opportunity to meet Dr. Robert Parham. And he contacted me on Facebook. I used to do a lot of Facebook or whatever. And he reached out to me, and actually I didn't even reach back. Yeah, he sent me a message and I didn't even reach back. But anyway, he reached out to me because at that time I was working with my children. I have 4 children and we all dance, act, and sing and whatever because they
That's how you
grew up just like how, yeah. And so then I brought 2 of my children with me and they were on camera. Like you have camera people, well, they were my first camera people. So he invited us, Dr. Parham invited us to Jackson Bolt movie premiere. And oh my God, I got a chance to meet so many people like Gloria Hendry, who played the first black Bond woman in Live and Let Die, Don the Dragon Wilson. He had all of these famous people there. And I was like, okay, I can do this. When I see, you know, I'm standing there with the people who were actually in the movie and I'd done it before. And I said, oh my God, I can do this. And then they do soundtracks too. And I'm like, I do music. Oh yeah, I got the acting bug.
Realize that you just like them, you know. Sometimes you just need to be in a room with people and just being right next to them to just have that realization. And listen, ain't much difference between us two. You know, only difference is they putting in the work. I can put in the work, and isn't it amazing when that happens?
Yeah, yeah.
So let's talk about the film that's coming out.
Yes, okay.
So let's go back to that poster.
Let's
we're gonna bring it up,
poster.
and then we're gonna give a quick overview of this. So tell me about this.
Oh my God, Mama Don't Take No Mess. So this started with, this is written and directed by Dr. Robert Parham, and he saw a poster that I designed, because you know I'm a graphic designer. I'm one of these people who took classes with the Adobe people who wrote the program, right? When Steve Jobs was alive, I was there at Macworld. The people who were writing the books, I was there, right? So I learned graphic design. I started teaching it. Anyway, I made a graphic design poster, and this woman blowing a hole out the wall, and you know, and Mama Don't Take No Mess. And I was listening to James Brown, Papa Don't Take No Mess, right? So I was listening to that. So Robert said he was inspired by that poster, you know, to create Mama Don't Take No Mess. And it's it's like a tribute to, I don't necessarily like to say the word blaxploitation, like Fred Williamson said, yeah. We weren't getting exploited, we were making money. So back in the 70s, where you got Pam Grier, like for me, seeing beautiful black women on screen like Gloria Hendry, Tamala Dobson, you know, Diane Carroll, you know, just seeing them on the big screen. So anyway, back to, you know, Mama Don't Take No Mess. So this is a tribute to the 70s. So just the buzz around this movie, oh my God. We're gonna have Nocturnal as our musical director. He's written for Dr. Dre, Missy Elliott, and all kinds of people. So Knock is going to do the soundtrack. So I'm excited about Mama Don't Take No Mess.
I'm excited to see it. So what do we have estimated release date of it, and where people can go to see the film when it comes out?
Yeah, we start filming it like in August, because we're finishing up. We have a movie called The Thirst. It's a vampire movie. I'm excited about that. But let me back up for a minute. So I was in Mayhem Films, Snow Black, that won a lot of awards, and I'm in a movie right now on television on Tubi TV called Mad as Hell.
Mad as Hell, okay.
Yeah, Mayhem Productions again, starring Cinda Williams. We got the original G-Man, if you heard of, let me just say a M-A-S, a T-E-R, a G with a double E, you know, Grandmaster Flash and all that. But anyway, so it's an all-star cast in there, and I'm in there with that all-star cast, and you know, they brought it, and you can see it right now. And we won 23 awards for that movie in the indie film circuit. I won 3 as Best Supporting Actress. And so, yeah, I'm excited. Tubi TV right now, Mad as Hell, but Mama Don't Take No Mess is coming up. We're gonna start like in August, September. And the buzz, let me tell you, we're getting calls from people that just want to be in a movie.
That, first off, I want to thank you for coming on the show and just sharing your story. I mean, there's so much to you, right? Like, I mean, we covered, you know, topic to topic, from like, you know, your art to your acting to your designing. And I'm definitely going to have you come back after Mama Don't Take No Mess comes out, so then that way, like, you can talk about how everything went and everything like that. But
how about you be in it?
Listen,
we can talk about it. Wait a minute, why don't you just?
I love to be in it.
I got a part for you.
Hey, listen.
All right.
We're gonna talk more after.
Yeah.
But tell people where they can reach you if they want to reach out to you. They may have some more movie roles for you, or just how they get in contact with you. I want you to give out a shout out to like where they can reach you.
All right. Well, I am at forever, Joygirl. You spell out the word forever and Joygirl. It is one word. We talk about, you know, share joy. So my page is all about love and joy and all the people that are in my life. I'm Elise, E-L-I-S-E, Evans on Facebook. And YouTube, Elise Evans, Elise Hollywood Evans, on, you know, on YouTube. Thank you for having me on the Everyday Amazing show, Brother Sky. I wish you luck. Keep doing it. You are an example of greatness, so keep doing it. And thank you.
Thank you so much. And like I said, I appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you to the people for watching. And be sure to check out next time on Everyday Amazing with Sky Alton. We'll see you then.
Everyday amazing with Sky Alton. Everyday amazing. Everyday amazing with Sky Alton. Everyday amazing. Everyday amazing with Sky Alton.